Hi, this is Derek Murphy from creativity.com, and one of the questions that people ask me sometimes is, should you put a price in your barcode? On the back of your book cover, you're going to have the ISBN barcode. You can embed a price in that barcode, or you can just put some random price up on top. You can have a barcode that doesn't have a price embedded so that you have some more flexibility. Something to consider: it doesn't really matter if you're self-publishing. Most of your books are going to be sold online through Amazon or other online stores. CreateSpace will give you a free ISBN number, or you can get an ISBN number from somewhere else. You don't have to attach a price with the ISBN number. If you publish through CreateSpace and you just leave that blank spot on the back of your book cover and send your files, your PDF cover to CreateSpace, they will put a barcode on your cover, but it won't have a price embedded, which is fine because that way you have flexibility. You can change the price. You're just selling online anyway. It doesn't really matter. However, if you want to try to put your books in bookstores, which I don't recommend doing because it's not really worth the time and the effort that it takes, and that's not going to really result in the kind of sales that you need to make a bestseller. So I don't think it's worth the effort. I've done it. It's a lot of work for not very much money. So that's why I don't recommend it to indie authors. But if you want to do it anyway, or if you want to have an event or a book signing at a certain bookstore, most bookstores require a price embedded in the barcode on the back of the book cover. And that's worth knowing because if you're publishing with CreateSpace, you won't get that. If you're publishing with Lightning Source or Ingram Spark, you can choose. You can have a price embedded if you want, or you can choose not to, but it's the same issue. If you want a bookstore to consider taking your books, they should have a price embedded. The other thing to think about is, because what most authors will do, they'll say, well, it cost me $8 or $9 to print, so I'm just going to set it just high enough to cover costs. So maybe I'll price it at $9.95, so you get like a $1 profit margin or something. If you embed that price on the book cover, you're not really allowing for any extra costs. It's also going to cost you, if you're trying to get those books in bookstores, it's going to cost you shipping. If you're sending them into a bookstore on consignment, you're going to end up losing money pretty quickly if you price your print book really low, and it's really not worth the effort because you're paying to get it formatted for print, getting a full print cover. You're putting in a lot of time and effort to make this thing happen. You don't want to set the price so low that you're necessarily going to lose money. You want to have a chance of at least breaking even. But the other reason to price a little bit higher is because you can, for example, if it's a 200 or 300 page book, it costs $4 or $5 to print. You can price it at $9.95, or you can price it at $14.95. Most buyers, if they're going to buy the print book already, if they're interested enough to buy the print book, then the price isn't really going to be the reason that they buy it or they don't buy it. With ebooks, maybe they're not that interested, but it's only 99 cents or it's free. It doesn't really matter. They're not going to think about the money. So the pricing is more of an issue. With the print book, if they notice it and they think about it long enough to consider buying it, the difference between $9.95 or $12.95, $14.95, it's not really going to make a big difference in sales. But what is going to matter is if you do have events where you go in with a book and you price it at maybe $9.95, there's no perceived value. If you're pricing a book at $9.95, people expect it actually to be higher, maybe $15 or $20 for a print book in an event. So when you're pricing low, you're almost just, you're not valuing yourself or your product. You're not suggesting that it has value. You're kind of suggesting that it's a good deal. People are going to assume maybe the quality is not very good or it's not a very good book. It's a much better idea to put a high sticker on the price, on the back of the book, maybe $19 or $15, price higher than you need to. Then you can offer a discount in person. You can say, well, it's usually $19.95, but right now it's $9.95, and you have a 50% off sticker or something. That way you'll have a higher perceived value, but it will also still feel like a good deal, and it gives you a lot of flexibility because you can price it. You can put $19.95 on the back of your book cover and still set it to $12.95 on Amazon, and nobody will complain that they're getting a better deal. But in those rare occasions where you're spending far too much money on shipping or something else, you can keep it at the higher price point. So I would definitely consider putting a price in the barcode, but I would price it higher than you think you need to. At least a $5 or $6 markup. But I think even $9.95 is almost always too cheap. If you can set it at $12.95, do it. For a hardcover, no one's going to balk at paying $20 or $25. But hardcover, again, is not something really that's going to be worth doing unless you're doing a lot of events or speaking events where a hardcover is really going to make your book look more professional. I'm going to add a link down below. I have a free ISBN generator on my site where you can make an ISBN barcode and embed the price so that you can put it, even if you're using CreateSpace for your print on demand, you can use my barcode generator to make a ISBN barcode with the price embedded and use that on your print cover before you send it to CreateSpace so that you don't use theirs that doesn't have a price embedded. Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.